outside the pocket, get his body moving. This is actually a pretty good throw. I'd expect Noah Brown to come down with that catch, but I like that start for Dallas offensively.
2 plays later, you won't like this. Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, they struggled. Don't like this. They struggled to block Aiden Hutchinson yesterday. This is a Cowboys offense that cannot live in this third and obvious.
Third quarter, Lions up 6-3. Jared Goff, what is he doing?
I don't like this theory or this thought process of taking shots downfield to this guy, number 7. I don't know his name, but if you throw it to him, it's going to be an interception.
Yeah, Trayvon, I believe, is his first name. Cowboys coming the other way. Rex, how about Zeke Elliott?
How about that? I thought this guy was done.
He was heating up yesterday. Feed him. Feed him. Here he comes, RC, down by the goal line.
Listen, this is physicality. He's shown this down by the goal line the last 2 weeks, also against the Philadelphia Eagles. Look how fired up Dak Prescott is.
Fourth quarter, there's a close game. Now, here's the sequence in which everything turned.
Look at 11. Look at 11.
Block right. Go ahead, Danny.
Look at 11. I mean, totally game-changing play. He chases him down from maybe 10 yards behind him. The right knee goes down right before the ball gets in the end zone. Absolute game-changing play because they hand it off to Williams, pop ball out, and fumble recovery for this Dallas defense, but it's all attached to Micah Parsons' athleticism and effort.
Absolutely right. And Dan Campbell says you got to be kidding me. And here we come the other way. Dak, how about C.D. Lamb?
Free play, so he knows he could be a little bit aggressive. Middle of the field, C.D. does a good job sitting down in the zone.
And then one more time from short yardage for Zeke.
Yeah, really good job of the interior of their offensive line, pushing or denting that defense, walk-in touchdown.
And then here comes the defense for Dallas with the lead, RC.
When you get up, when Dallas gets up, they're going to rush the passer better than anyone in the entire NFL. We've seen sack fumbles caused by this team. Here's just another in a long list of what we'll see the rest of the season.
That's one of 4 turnovers they would cause on this day, and then looking to put it away to the tight end Hendershot.
You had him in fantasy, right?
No, I had Dalton Schultz.
Really good ball fake, easy touchdown pass.
I thought that was him when he threw it. And so the Cowboys wind up pulling away for a win. The final score is going to make it sound a lot more one-sided than the game felt if you were watching. 24-6 is the final. How impressed were you with Dak and his return?
Not at all. I mean, quite honestly, he had to get through this game.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting a whole lot. Look, Russell Wilson had the exact same injury last year. He went 3 games before he did anything. I mean, he had scored 28 points in those 3 games. So I wasn't expecting a great performance by Dak. But quite honestly, you're going against a Detroit team. To say that they're struggling on defense is an understatement. And I thought the Lions were the better team for the first 3 quarters of that game. I really did.
That's what I meant when I said the game was a lot closer than the final score would indicate. But, RC, I think you made a little point during the highlight. That Cowboy defense is built to play from in front.
Absolutely.
And if they get in front, no one is going to catch.
Oh, no, you're absolutely in trouble with the way that they can rush the passer. Also, the way that they make plays on the back end. Now, they lose Jordan Lewis yesterday, so you want to know how long that's going to be. But on the back end, they make plays on the football. Micah Parsons is not the only rusher on this team that can make plays, even though he's the best one and maybe the best in the league. But this team has to figure out a way that they can play in close games when teams understand that they can run the football, especially like we saw the Philadelphia Eagles do last week. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you don't leave this game feeling like world beaters. You don't leave this game feeling great because you feel like Dak Prescott has to add something extra and a different element to this team. What I did love was Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore didn't say we're going to come out here and heap everything on Dak Prescott's shoulders. You heard Dan talk about the way Ezekiel Elliott affected the game yesterday. That was huge. Tony Pollard also had big plays. He called the football game for his offense and not his quarterback. That's going to be huge going down the stretch.
So Dallas should have lost this game. All right, the fumble on the 1-yard line. The Lions are about to go up 13-10 with about 9 minutes to go in this game, if not for Micah Parsons. So Dallas, you're lucky you won the game. I want to go to something that you said, though, because I get the theory of, hey, if we get the lead, then our defense is at its best. And my concern is, and it started to show a little bit yesterday, of they're chasing the lead, so to speak. And you saw Dak, who played good, solid football, force the football downfield a couple times that could have equaled interceptions. This offense is not explosive. I mean, this is a perfect example. It's 2nd and 20. He's going to throw the ball downfield to CeeDee Lamb into triple coverage. He should take that underneath throw. That should be an interception. But you live in this world of, like, let's go be explosive. They're trying to get that perimeter screen and fake down the sideline. Again, this ball should probably be back shoulder to CeeDee. This is thrown into another moment of triple coverage that should be an interception. So while I believe and agree with, like, hey, you want to play with the lead, But
I have a question.
I don't want them to chase
So here's my question. Everybody wants to play with the lead.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Dak chasing the lead, or is Dak chasing his individual big plays there?
Probably a little bit of both,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Like, I got to come show that there's a big difference between Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush.
I think it's a great point because there's that world where he lives in saying, I got to go prove it's me, I'm better than Cooper Rush. And also that world of, hey, our defense, because if you put big people on the field against that defense, I
would have called
it. I mean, this is a walk-in post. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. Just doesn't come down with that throw, but it's an example of how the afternoon went for Tampa.
Yeah, because from that point forward, it was all Carolina. 4th and 1. Brady, Fournette, Watt.
This is after a 3rd and 1 stop. No one gets to the second level. There's multiple people there for Carolina to make that play.
Now the other way, Chuba Hubbard. RC, where's the defense?
This was the story of the day, whether they were overrunning the run or not getting to it.
Yeah.
They were gashed the entire day in the run game.
14-0 Carolina in the 4th quarter. Brady, Evans, just short of a first down. They got to go for it on 4th down, and they do this time to Russell Gage.
Yeah, just a little one-step slant to Russell Gage, outside in, good conversion.
That was the highlight for the offense for Brady and the Bucks. 3rd and goal. What is that? They wound up kicking a field goal, so it's 14-3. Now we're going the other way. There's no way in the world P.J. Walker is going to put this game away, is he?
I mean, why wouldn't he? With a perfect throw to Tommy Tremble over the corner. Great read. The best throw of the day by either quarterback.
It's P.J. Walker to Tommy Tremble. I'm not kidding. That's who just beat them. On the other side, here we go. Brady, that should have been picked off. The Bucks lose 21-3. Tom Brady, what?
No one feels good about where we're at. No one feels good about how we played or what we're doing. So we're all in it together, man. We got to go pull ourselves out of it.
We have to wear this on our sleeves. They got to be grown men. We're going to see what we're made of, how many people can handle adversity. This is about as dark as it's going to be right now. We have to stand up here and own it and make no excuses, and we just got to start digging.
Look, I mean, they're terrible on both sides of the ball. The offense is completing 9% of its 3rd and longs. They've been the 2nd worst red zone defense this year. I'm not sure where to go for a silver lining.
Look at that 3rd and long stat on the top left, Green. They're in 3rd and 7 plus 43 times, and they've gotten it 4.
9% of the time. That's with a quarterback by the name of Thomas Patrick Edward Brady. I think I may have transposed the middle names, but it doesn't matter. The point is he's the greatest of all time, and now they stink. Why?
Old and slow. This team is old and slow. And you talk about unwatchable on offense.
Close your mouth, Daniel.
They are unwatchable on offense. Now, and the great thing is Himbo sends me a stat because my eyes don't lie to me. Mm-hmm. He goes, they're 31st. They're the slowest team. One team, I don't know who the heck slower than they are on offense, but they are 31st, and I'm sure that team stinks. Indy, well, there you go. That's what they look like to me. And to me, it's like, this team is searching like crazy. At least they're trying, they're searching. But Tom Brady looks like a shell of himself. Like, we look at even physically. Like, his personal life obviously is having an effect too. Like, and I get it. And you know, I don't want to minimize this, but it's a factor. And obviously it's something, but this thing looks like there's no answer because there's no speed on the field.
It looks so bad, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching the game yesterday, and so many times I want to come in here and say that everybody else is failing Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady's failing Tom Brady as well. And we've all known throughout his career that he needs to be protected. He can manipulate the pocket, but he's not a guy that's going to use his legs to get inside and out. Yesterday, they were on his keister the entire day. And then when he did have opportunities to throw the ball, they were in the dirt. They were high. They were off to the left. Tom Brady is not the same player, not that he was in 2007. He's not the same dude from last year. And everybody's going to watch this play in which Greeny thought that he could catch the ball. And they're going to say, oh, if he catches this ball, then it's totally different. No. The game is a different way. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the game needed to be played. No, there were no more opportunities like this. Mike Evans wasn't running free behind the defense. Chris Godwin wasn't making enough plays in the middle of the field. And they can't run the football to save my life or Danny's life. And that's an issue.
Tampa's done. Okay, Tampa Bay is done. They have the worst run game in the NFL. And what happens is when you have the worst run game in the NFL, but you continue to try to run the football, you are going to be in a ton of 3rd and longs. And guess what, Tampa? 2 years ago when you won a Super Bowl, you were good enough to overcome it because you had the best offensive line in football and you had absolute dudes on the outside. You don't anymore. So when you live in that 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 world, your offensive line can't protect, no one's creating consistent separation, your quarterback can't find anybody open, and then you stink on offense. And your defense is as undisciplined as it's been in years.
That's the problem.
The reason that they're not done is because the Carolina Panthers are only 1 game out of first place in that division. That division is unimaginably bad. Atlanta gave up 900 yards of offense yesterday against Joe Burrow, and the Buccaneers. So they don't have a problem that Aaron Rodgers has.
Let me ask you this though, real quick.
Go.
What is one thing that you believe in about Tampa Bay right now?
No, I mean nothing. I believe their division is terrible, so they might wind up getting in the playoffs at 8 and 9. It's not inconceivable.
The big thing is this too. We're not asking questions based on what the world wants to see as success. We're asking questions based on what Tom Brady